I'm so glad you've joined me in celebrating the table the Lord has prepared for us eternally, but also the table that He has set before us for the entire year. You know, I mentioned at the beginning the three incredible realities that we live in the presence of God, we have Jesus Christ dwelling in us, and He's our life. That night, whenever I heard those three thoughts, and I just laid there thinking about it, thinking about Jesus is my life. Who is He? What I actually have dwelling inside of me? And at that moment, Hebrews chapter 1 came to my mind. And I started thinking about Jesus. In this way, right from the scriptures, God, after He spoke long ago to the fathers through the prophets in many portions and in many ways, in these last days He's spoken to us in His Son, whom He appointed heir of all things, and through whom also He made the world. Wait, the one who made the world dwells in us? And He's our life? And He is the radiance of His glory, the exact representation of His nature, and upholds all things by the word of His power. That Jesus dwells in us in 2026. When He had made purification for sins, He sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high. As He has become much greater than the angels, because He's inherited a more excellent name than they. For to which of the angels has He ever said, "You are my Son, today I have begotten you"? Now you'll notice that's what He said when Jesus came into the world the first time, and He called Him His Son. That's the more excellent name. The name, Son. And I will be a father to you, and you will be a son to me. That's a second quote. And that is what God said to His Son when He came into the world. And when He again brings the firstborn into the world, now did you notice the again? That means now we're talking about the second coming. When Jesus comes again, here's what God says, "And let all the angels of God worship Him." But of the Son He says, now this is who we have dwelling in us. God Almighty, the Father, says to the Son, "Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The righteous scepter is the scepter of His kingdom. You have loved righteousness and hated lawlessness. Therefore, God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of gladness above your companions." That's who dwells in us. I just laid there in awe. I hope you'll pause a moment and just be in awe. The King of the universe, the God of God Himself, who loves righteousness, hates lawlessness, dwells in us. And He's our life. And here's another quote, God speaking to His Son. "You, O Lord, in the beginning laid the foundations of the earth." That's who dwells in us. The one that laid the foundations of the earth. He lives in us. "And the heavens are the works of your hands. They will perish, but you remain." Did you get that? You'll never perish. We'll never perish. We remain forever because He is our life and He remains forever. Then the writer of Hebrews, continuing to quote, says, "And they all will become old like a garment." That is, the earth and the heavens. "And you will roll them up like a mantle." Just like you roll up an old shirt. It's like He's looking at all of creation, and it's just like a piece of clothing that's gotten old. And He says, "And they will all become old like a garment. But you are the same, and your years will never come to an end." That's who lives inside of us. As we move into this year, I hope you will remember how big your God is and how big Jesus Christ is, that is your life. And he finishes the first chapter by saying, "And to which of the angels has he ever said, 'Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet'? Are they not all ministering spirits sent out to render service to those who will inherit salvation?" So consider Jesus, the apostle and high priest of our confession. He was faithful to him who appointed him, just as Moses was faithful in all his house. But Christ is worthy of more glory than Moses, just as the maker of the house or the builder of the house has more glory and honor than the house. Every house has a builder, but the builder of all things is God. Now Moses was faithful as a servant in all his house, as a testimony of those things which are to be spoken later. But Christ was faithful as a son over all his house, whose house we are. Did you get that? We're his house. He dwells in us. Whose house we are if we hold fast our confidence and the hope, the boast of our hope, firm until the end. That's our hope for this year. It's Jesus Christ dwelling in our bodies, and he's our life. May you live to love with Jesus this year. Enjoy him and love each person he puts in your path for his glory.